I'm Bruce Tuff, principal of the Tuff Law Firm. We are a full-service law firm serving the greater Woodlands area and the greater Houston area. Contact us at 281-681-0808. We're tough for you.
Welcome to The Legal Fix, a new age radio show brought to you by the Tuff Law Firm. We're the toughest law firm in town, with the toughest lawyers around answering your toughest legal questions.
Hey, welcome to The Legal Fix.
The Legal Fix.
Yes, a new age radio show brought to you by the Tuff Law Firm, where we answer your toughest legal questions. Call our hotline at 936-900-2381. I'm your host, Big Deal Bruce Tuff, along with super lawyer G.I. Jeremy Hall. Hi, Jeremy. How are you doing, man?
Hello. I'm excellent. Go Astros.
I like your, oh, yeah, it's Astros Day, isn't it? What time are they playing today?
7 p.m. 7? ALCS versus the Sox.
Oh, the Sox. The Sox. The Chicago White Sox. Yes, I've been watching their games. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Done with the White Sox, on to the Red Sox.
Right. Who's, oh, it is the Red Sox, isn't it?
Yeah, Red Sox.
Are they Boston, right?
Boston.
Yeah, it was Chicago. We played
Chicago.
before. Yeah, thank you for that.
They're wicked smart up there.
I asked you an important question. What does OPS stand for? I'm trying to figure that out.
It's one of the first advanced stats in baseball. On base percentage plus slugging percentage.
How did you know that?
Billy Bean, Moneyball.
And you're a baseball player, right?
And former collegiate baseball player.
Hey, we have a special guest on our show, JJ Hollie, President and CEO of the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, JJ, to the welcome to the studio.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my God, it's been.
I can't believe I made the cut. You almost have down to the bottom of the barrel for guests.
It is so hard getting you on the show. I had to go through your schedulers. I got to go through, a special interview process. I got to talk about the format of the show.
Gates of entry for me.
Yeah, they are. You have good gatekeepers. Well, JJ and I have known each other for a long time. I want to say that I'm proud to have been on the hiring committee that hired JJ Hollie for,
I wouldn't tell too many people that.
For president and CEO. They don't hold that against me anymore.
That's good.
Okay, you've turned things around.
Perfect.
Okay, now everything's cool. All right? It was just for a little while. Now, how long has the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce been in business?
Let's see. We started in business in 1978. So just 4 years after the Woodlands started.
Okay, so 40 years probably.
Yeah,
40 years. So in 40 years, how many presidents and CEO? In fact, I think I know the answer. There's been 3, right? Is it Kevin Brady, Karen Holman, and JJ Hollie?
You are correct.
Wow. That's incredible.
I believe you're right.
What a legacy.
Yeah, one less than chairman.
It is one. Yeah. Thank you for bringing me that. That's really good. Yeah. We hadn't been around in the township for 40 years, but we are around for 10 or 20 years.
Same here.
Yeah, in fact, topic of our conversation today is going to be incorporation, and we will be talking about that in our second segment and our third segment. So if you have a call and a burning interest for JJ Hollie about incorporation, the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce has taken a stand on this issue, which I'm very, very proud of. Also, we're going to put JJ Hollie on the hot seat. If you don't know about our hot seat, we're going to put him on the hot seat, a rapid-fire cross-exam where he'll answers the toughest questions as fast as he can. And G.I. Jerome said that we need to swear in our guests, so we're going to have an actual formal swearing in for the hot seat. Yes.
Is there a Bible?
We're going to put him on.
Yes. You have to raise your hand. We're going to put you on the record.
Repeat after me.
Yeah, because we decided to do this because of Rob Eisler. Because Rob Eisler
had
to.
Yes.
Yeah,
he broke the rules.
The longest hot seat. We were going through the metrics on our hot seat questions, and they were pretty. He was off the chart on the longest ever. Right.
Plus
G.I.?
7 minutes. Slowest clip. One question. 9.6 seconds.
Oh my God! Who's the fastest?
Paula, 2.8 seconds per answer.
Oh no, because she has a clear conscience about everything.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
she's very decisive.
I mean, she's amazing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about JJ. He has a fascinating resume. I'm going to start with some of the fun things first. First, he's an Army brat. He's traveled all over the world. He had an internship in Washington, D.C., served as a staff assistant to Congressman Charlie Wilson in the district office in Lufkin. You know about Charlie Wilson's work? And Herring, she's still around, a socialite, and I met her actually at a dinner party, but we're going to ask JJ a little bit about that. He's a veteran, joined the Army Guard, and he actually jumped out of a perfectly fine aircraft, right?
Well, they were Air Force airplanes, so they were, suspect.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yeah, you never get on an Air Force plane without a plan to get off.
That's true. And
in an unplanned way.
And how many jumps have you done?
I only did 13 jumps.
That's it?
In my 6 years of being in the Army National Guard. A lot of guys I was with had over 100 jumps, but my favorite stories is that's a big deal how many jumps you have.
Right.
And if you've got 100, 115, you're always talking to people about it. And there was like a reunion of the 82nd Airborne, and one of these young guys was saying, I've got 100 jumps. He was bragging to one of the old vets that was 80 years old and a World War II vet. Oh. And the World War II vet said, I've only had 4. And the young guy's like, only 4? Where'd you jump? And he says, well, Salerno, D-Day. Oh, and it put things in perspective.
Those count.
Those real jumps.
Yeah, those are real jumps. People were shooting at you on the way down.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, and you're landing in villages, trees, mortar fire all the way around.
Not doing Florida GoPro.
It is not that no, it's not.
So your career in business was at Consolidated Communications. You were in business sales, then became the National Consumer Data Manager. What is that?
Yes. Well, I managed, I had several jobs at Consolidated, which I'm always grateful for that experience. I think I had phenomenal leaders there that taught me a lot, things that I apply today, and had a lot of different jobs. I managed our video service, so our television service that you see. People call it cable.
Yes,
which it was.
We know about that.
IPTV.
They just invented cable back then.
Yeah,
right?
wait. I was splicing them together, which is why it doesn't work a lot. But at the end of my career, I was managing our national consumer data, which is that's internet service. So 1 gig service. We brought 1 gig service to the Woodlands. We did a lot of stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So when you were in Lufkin, then you got transferred to the Woodlands,
yes.
which you arrived home. You
yes,
made
I did.
it to Paradise. So that's when I met you. I know you were still at Consolidated, but we started working on team lead events like EOC and other
That's
events.
Right.
And you
legislative team,
right? Legislative
Whistle
team,
stop,
Oh,
all
man.
the fun stuff.
Those were good days, weren't they?
They were great days. Chairman's Ball, Taste of the Town, everything.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. So one of the best things that happened that evolved out of that is your participation and commitment to the chamber. And then when Karen announced her retirement, your name came up as the front runner position.
That's right. Karen did me a huge honor, and she called me in one day, and I was actually had been elected to be chairman of the board. And so she calls me in, and I assume that we're going to talk about the year of chairman of the board and what I should be doing and planning on. And she says, hey, where's your career at? What are you doing? Right. So, well, I've been Consolidated for almost 20 years and love the company, love the job, love technology. And she said, well, I'm about ready to retire, and I think you'd be a really good fit. And my jaw dropped because I have such respect for Karen, such respect for the chamber, such respect for all that she did for the chamber and the community. And I thought, Karen, I don't know if I can do that job. And she said, no, I think you'd be great at it. And the community, the people. And so she encouraged me to apply. And there was like a 12-member hiring committee. And we had over 60 applicants. That's right. Including Bruce Stuff was on that committee.
Nelda Blair.
I'll never forget walking into the boardroom at the Strong firm and seeing you and Nelda and Brett Strong and going, well, you talk about a hot seat.
Oh,
that was a hot seat.
Yeah, that was intense. It really was because Karen was such a legacy and
22 years.
I know, and had her it was her chamber, and having served as the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce, Karen Holman was a force in the chamber and just absolutely incredible. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. We're going to go to our next segment. We're going to start with the hot seat, but I want to talk a little bit more about what you've done with the chamber and everything that you've done. So we'll take a break right now. If you have a question for JJ Hollie, please call the Legal Fix. We'll be right back.
I'm Bruce Tuff, principal of the Tuff Law Firm. We are a full-service law firm serving the greater Woodlands area and the greater Houston area. Contact us at 281-681-0808. We're tough for you.
Hey, welcome back. We're here with JJ Hollie, President and CEO of the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce. We were talking about JJ and going through the real hot seat in his interview process as the CEO of the Chamber. I was talking about Karen Holman. I was honored to serve on the committee that selected JJ. And
let me tell you, I was so excited when I heard the news that
that
JJ was going to be the new president, and he has proven himself wrong. He can do the job, and very well.
Yeah, it was, in fact, I was super excited too. Not only that JJ, well, first of all, JJ was going to be the chamber chairman. And then I found out, okay, he's interviewing for the president and CEO, and I said, can you do both those jobs at once?
And you're a former chair.
Yeah,
right?
I am. Oh, yeah, it's a big job.
And because you get to pick the theme of the ball.
You do get to, that's why I'm a big deal. That's why I'm a big deal.
You're a big deal.
What did you pick? What was your theme?
Rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll.
How could it be anything else?
And I did a live performance to Robert Palmer, and I had the Palmer girls behind me, and then had all the chicks rush the stage at my event. At my event, I had my college fraternity brothers were the band for the rock and roll. So it was
perfect.
Totally perfect. Okay, enough about me.
Love it.
Enough
Love
about
it.
me. Let's talk about another big deal, JJ Hollie here. So
What was your theme going to be if you had gone?
My theme was going to be, because Jeremy, you bring up a good point. I'm actually the only chairman-elect who has never served a single day as a chairman of the board.
You got canceled.
Isn't that so? I got canceled out.
Yeah.
My theme was going to be Hollywood.
obvious reasons. Hollywood.
Would have been perfect. Would have been
that
perfect.
is excellent. That is
Amy's
excellent.
still upset about that. So.
Well,
We'll have to do it.
Yeah,
sure,
we
sure.
should do. Well, you're going to probably have a chairman who says, "I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What can
That would
my
work.
theme be?"
Yeah,
right.
I can just take
Hollywood.
over the
Yeah.
chairman's ball
Do
for that
it.
chairman. They
Do
wouldn't
it.
mind at all.
So you came in after Karen Holman, big shoes to fill. I
Yes.
love Karen Holman.
Yes.
And when you take over for an institution like that, was there any change, or how was it your first couple of years on the board?
I have a kind of an affliction. I think it comes out of telecom, where if you're not doing something new yesterday, you're 6 months behind.
Right.
And one of the big lessons I've had to learn, and I still have to learn, is I've got to take it slower and take my time.
But today's product will not be
We
tomorrow's.
will-
You've got to
that's-
keep that in.
That's true. And you know, in a corporate environment, it's a very linear structure. And if you have a healthy one like we did at Consolidated, I mean, it's as efficient as, there's still some bureaucratic red tape at a corporation, but it was pretty efficient. And you've got a linear line of, chain of command. And being an old Army guy, I like the chain of command. I like to honor that. But reporting to a board, I've got 27 people.
Yeah.
That I report to. And so it's been a huge professional learning experience for me to understand how to work with a new boss every year, a new chairman, how to work with 7 new board members, because it's a 3-year term, so every third year they roll off. And so it's something where, and I actually have a spreadsheet, and it's got over 150 different initiatives that we've started, put in place since, and some of it's small stuff, but some of it's big things one of the things I brought was one of my VPs said, look, if you're not moving your organization forward, if you make a change, whether it's a staffing change, an event change, a product change, whatever, if you're not moving your department or the organization forward, then you're wrong. We put that lens on with everything that we do, and we try to make sure that it's volunteer-led, because we're a member organization. We're the largest business organization in the entire Houston region with over 1,200 members, and we take our volunteers very seriously. They help us make those decisions, and they lead those events.
Yeah, and you know what? I've seen an incredible change in the chamber. It's all been positive. I've enjoyed my past participation, but now my future participation,
right.
I enjoy even more,
Yeah.
having now joined the board again, and it's so exciting. Everything you're doing is fresh, exciting, it's new, and you can feel it. You can feel it in the room when you come in. The energy, buzz is always there. Yeah.
Your online presence, your digital identity has improved leaps and bounds.
Yes, and we have a phenomenal director of marketing, Miss Chazza Adams, who came to us from St. Kitts Nevis in the Caribbean.
Yes.
And she's got a fabulous accent, and we just have a great team. I mean, we are so fortunate. We've got a director of government affairs, Margaret McZeal, and we just had our business advocacy council meeting, which is our legislative team meeting we have every month. And one of the things we're really working on is increasing our influence, increasing our presence, and making our voice known on important issues.
Yeah, and how did it go this morning? I know you had, was it
great.
Danny Signorelli?
Danny
was speaking,
Signorelli
yeah?
came in and spoke.
Right.
You know, he's very shy, very bashful. It's
Oh,
hard
yeah,
to get
he
Danny
holds back a lot,
kind of
yeah.
out of his shell, but
Right.
once he breaks out, he makes a good argument.
Yeah, so he did a good job.
He did a great job.
Outstanding,
he's a
outstanding.
good guy.
How do people connect with you, our listeners, if they want to get in touch or join the chamber?
Easiest way is through our website, which is woodlandschamber.org, not .com, but .org, because we are a 501c6
You're an org.
nonprofit organization, so we are not a for-profit group. But that's the best way to get hold of us. Our number is 281-367-5777, but you can connect with us through all the social media channels, Facebook, or Instagram, all that kind of stuff.
Good.
And you guys
Chad
have
does
done
all
a-
that.
You guys have done a show together before. You have your own show.
Do.
Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis, he allowed us to
Right.
go off of his Between Two Ferns
Right.
title. We have Between the Trees. And we had Dr. Ann Snyder on this past Wednesday, which
wonderful.
was a huge honor just to be with Ann. And, you know, we have so many people here. Bruce, you're included in that.
Thank you.
That we're part of. We're lucky. Your dad, the Dream Team.
Right,
That
right.
they're a lot of them are still here. And no other, I mean, you can't do that in Houston. You can't do that in Conroe, where you can talk to the people who were here and walk the trails before they were streets.
That's right.
You know, it
That's
is and I just covet any chance I get to talk to those guys. You know, Miss Roger Gladys.
Yeah.
Those guys. It's just amazing.
Yeah, that show is great too. By
How
the
do
way,
we
and
watch
thank you
it?
for doing that.
Sorry, how do we watch the show? How often?
So
does-
it is a Facebook Live, and we do it through Woodlands Online, which is a terrific partner with us. And we go to their studio over on Ash Lane Way, and we do it every Wednesday morning. Usually it's at 11 a.m. Sometimes it's at 10:30, but it's a Facebook Live session, and then Woodlands Online puts it on their webpage, and we have it shared through our Facebook page, so you can go back and see past episodes.
So that's what I did. I went to the chamber website. I looked at Between the Trees, then went and linked onto it, and then saw a couple of the episodes. And of course, I got prepared before I went on Between the Trees. So I wanted to see Melanie Bush, how she did, and I watched her show.
Oh, yeah, Melanie's
And so,
great.
Yeah, it was really good. Okay. JJ, we have so much to talk to you about, but
Yep.
we've got to put you on the hot seat. That's
I'm ready.
an important part of the show
I'm
is the
ready.
hot seat, and we have a new format for the hot seat. Now, the hot seat is going to be a rapid-fire cross-examination. We're going to give you short answers to
Yep.
our toughest questions.
Perfect.
Now, G.I. Jerome is going to swear you in.
Oh,
Yes.
I'll raise my right hand
Yes.
Jay,
appropriately.
before you're sworn in,
Yeah.
have you seen the hot seat before?
Yes.
Are you ready for the hot seat?
Yes.
Do you have sunglasses?
No.
If you do not have sunglasses, some will be provided for you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oakley's my favorite brand. That's great.
We have 40 questions. Your goal is to answer them as quickly as possible. Short
40
answers
questions. All
or
right.
one-word answers.
What's the record? I need to know who to beat.
Jim Harmon, 6 questions for Rec. Paula finished in a minute and 9 seconds for the record.
Paulo.
Bob Eisler
Okay.
brought up the rear with over 7 minutes. Michael Boltz only answered 7 questions.
Oh, my
What?
God. I thought I was pretty good. I
You were
did
pretty
2
good.
hot seats.
You
2
did
hot
2
seats
hot
for me.
seats.
Yes.
You
yeah,
did 2
good.
hot seats and you didn't pass once.
Okay.
That's another.
Yeah.
You get one
You can
pass.
pass.
Oh, I get one pass?
Yeah,
One pass.
because
I'm
we
not
have
passing any, and I'm
hot
beating
political
Paula.
questions for you.
I'm ready to
Paulo.
go.
Beat Paulo.
Raise,
All right.
raise your
Yep.
right hand. State your name for the record.
JJ Hollie.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and your version of the truth, to answer the most questions with the fewest words as fast as you possibly can?
Yes.
He's ready.
All right, here we go. How do you spell Holly?
Hollie.
Are you related to Buddy Holly?
No.
What does JJ stand for?
John John.
Are you hiding behind your initials?
Yes.
Leading a double life?
Always.
Are you a Pacific University Forest Grove boxer?
Yes.
What's your rally cry?
Go Boxers.
If you were a pro boxer, what would your nickname be?
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Isn't it true that you lived in Holland?
Yes.
Isn't that the same as the Netherlands?
Yes.
When you were Dutch, did you ever double Dutch?
No.
On a Dutch date with a
No.
Dutch girl?
No, and no.
What's your
Because I was 5.
What's your kiddo's name and how old are they?
Trey Hawley, he's he'll be 22 in January.
Is he your favorite child?
Yes, he is.
True or false? Have you ever permed your hair?
No.
What
False.
kind of hair product do you use?
Hair gel.
Have you ever rocked a mustache?
No.
A bristle brush?
Bristle brush.
No.
Bristle brush.
Bristle brush.
Did you throw a flag on your hair for having its midlife crisis a decade early?
Yes.
How tall are you?
6'2".
What's your weight?
220.
Do you wear short shorts to the gym?
No.
Hey, do you even lift, bro?
even lift,
how much
bro?
do you? Yeah, how much you bench, bro?
Way more than both of you combined.
Jeremy's pretty good. Watch
yeah,
out.
Yeah, we'll have to bench off.
Yeah.
Isn't it true you're an Iron Man?
I am.
Prove it. Show us your tat.
I do not have any tattoos.
Tats or it didn't happen. What's your swimwear like on the Iron Man?
It was a wetsuit.
Do you wear a banana hammock when you train?
No.
Is an Ironman better than an adventure racer?
No.
You're an Ironman. Have you ever won EFTA Trivia Challenge?
No.
Last Ironman question. Is Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Tony Stark?
No.
Do you have a will?
No.
Do you have a prenup?
No.
How much money to retire?
More than I have.
What's the most humble job you've ever had?
Janitor.
How often do you check social media?
Every day.
What apps do you use?
Facebook.
Are you posting, trolling for comments, or just browsing?
Trolling.
Have you ever cried in the last year,
Yes.
month,
Yes.
week,
Yes.
day?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yay, baby.
I'm an emotional guy.
Yay, baby.
I'm a
I
90s
love
type
it.
of guy.
I love it. Yeah,
Sum
woo.
up your life philosophy in a word or phrase.
Respect.
What's one thing people don't know about you that you want them to know?
My middle name, and I'm not telling you.
Isn't it true you work for Consolidated Communications,
Yes.
where you consolidated TV, internet, and phone into one low monthly rate?
Yes.
You invented bundling before Flow from Progressive, didn't you?
I did. I did.
You have a rags to riches story, don't you? From peddling TV bundles door to door, a real swap and save salesman, to being elected president of the chamber. Are you getting
that
to
a
be in the
question?
chambers
Yeah.
every day?
You get to be in chambers every day.
Yes.
How many members are there in chambers?
Over 1,200.
And what's your goal?
2,000.
How long does it take you time from the time you leave home till you're in chambers?
8 minutes.
What's the best kept secret in chambers?
I'm not telling you.
Who spends the most time in the mirror in chambers?
Me.
The least?
Royce.
Royce Brooks, yes.
Assuming you're the top dog, who's the second best president CEO in chambers?
Well, it's a long fall, but it would be Scott Harper.
Who spends the most time in the mirror in the chambers?
Me.
What's the meanest thing you've ever said in the chambers?
Oh, I can't say that.
What's your top unchecked bucket list item?
Ooh. Hitting all the 14ers.
If you could be anything other than the president in chambers, what would you be?
President of the United States.
Have you ever made someone cry in chambers?
Yes.
When's
What?
the last time?
Today.
One food for life, what would you eat? Oh, we got to find that out. One food for life, what would you eat?
Pancakes.
Fastest you've ever gone in a car?
150.
What's your favorite movie or show?
Big Bang Theory.
Favorite place you've ever been?
Portland.
Who's your favorite person in chambers?
Bruce Tuff.
Hey, thank you.
Who's a better dancer, Bruce Trump or Donald Tuff?
Bruce Tuff.
Rusty Hardin or Tony Busby?
Oh, Harden all the way.
Why does Deshaun Watson need so many massages?
He's very sore.
Who's smarter?
Recovery's important.
Who's smarter, you or Amy?
Amy.
Richard Gordy Bunch or Daniel Signorelli?
Signorelli.
What's a better pet, a boxer, the imaginary dragon, or Benny the Badger?
Ooh, boxer.
Would you rather eat dog in Japan with Yoko Ono or bread from a Dutch oven in the red light district?
Bread.
Would you would you rather drown during a dragon boat race or get trampled in the Ironman?
Trampled.
100-yard dash, you versus Gordy Bunch. Who incorporates first?
Well, I'm not incorporating.
Gordy.
Yay! All right, thank you.
Is that it?
Did
Yeah.
you
What
love
was our
the hot
time?
seat?
But no, we got one more. Did you? Yeah. Did you love the hot seat?
I love the hot
Yeah,
seat.
thank you. Great job, JJ.
That was fun.
Well, we put some really hard
Attaboy.
questions in. We
Yeah,
had
I liked it.
We have a team of writers and putting together programming notes. This one was one of the special ones.
Yeah,
We didn't
let-
even.
you
You
know,
can
let-
tell we didn't rehearse.
Let me
beforehand.
clarify one, because when I did say the 14ers, that's the 14,000-foot peaks, not
Yes.
14-year-olds.
Yes,
Yes.
I
want to be
got
clear
that.
about
14ers.
Yeah. I've climbed a couple of those too.
Yeah, they're great experiences.
Yeah, Long's Peak.
It's a big deal.
Long's
oh, yeah.
Peak, 14 grander, 14,325 or 230.
Taking your
yeah.
life into
It's
your own hands
oh
on
my
those
God.
climbs.
See, I like mountains over the beach.
Yeah,
Right. I
yeah.
love the mountains. Probably my time in Alaska taught me that, but I loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. Okay, I've been wanting to ask this. What is your best Charlie Wilson story?
Well, the one I can say on air.
Yeah, the only one that's clean.
Yeah, I'll say this, couple of them. One, I've been working for Charlie for about 2 weeks, and my job was to drive Charlie around in our 4-travel motorhome. And I learned quickly that he wanted fresh ice. That means that he wanted to be able to put the bag himself. The bag could be at the grocery store for 10 years, but he wanted a fresh. So one time I didn't get him a bag, so we stopped off for the Joy Juice liquor store just outside of Cleveland on Highway 59. And he comes out with a bag of ice, another brown bag, which was his favorite scotch, which was Glenlivet, and a 6-pack of Budweiser. And I thought, well, Charlie, I didn't know much about him. I thought, is he going to mix that Budweiser and scotch? Surely not. But he comes up and he says, I got this ice and this scotch, but I got this 6-pack for you. And I'm like, well, Charlie, that's really nice. Thank you. Here, have one. Charlie, I'm driving you. Yeah. Well, I know, but here. And he puts it in the cup holder and open. I thought,
Niche.
we can't do that. We can't do that. And I did not touch it at all. But we violated the open container law, I'm sure, that day.
All right, so Charlie Wilson, for those of you that don't know, is a infamous and
yeah.
famous congressman representing the Lufkin congressional district in down Cleveland, East Texas.
Yeah, all East
essentially,
Texas.
all of
Deep
East
East
Texas. And during the war, not the United States Afghanistan war, but this is the one that preceded us, when the Russians were in Afghanistan. Charlie Wilson and a socialite in Houston, Joanne Herring, took it upon their cause to arm the Afghans to fight the Russians and actually beat them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it was during that time, JJ, that you were partly associated with Charlie Wilson.
Charlie, that all happened. The Berlin Wall came down in 1989,
Right.
and that is what was the first step in the breakdown of the Soviet Union. And Charlie Wilson did it. And Charlie Wilson, born in Trinity, Texas, a guy at East Texas, homegrown guy, and he and Joanne worked together. And Joanne lit the fire on him and took him to Afghanistan and saw where the Soviets had, obviously invaded and what they were doing to the local populace. I mean, they were putting toys out and booby trapping toys, because if you can injure a kid, it's going to take mom and the war. And he shuffled Stinger missiles to him, which brought down the the Soviet Hind helicopters, and that's what turned the tide.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce, can we jump over to incorporation real
Yes,
quick?
let's
'Cause
do it.
I want to
Let's
get
do it.
JJ's take on
You
that.
bet.
before
Sure.
I ask the
Fire
question.
away. Fire away.
Tell us why the chamber came out in opposition to incorporation.
We essentially felt that to incorporate right now was going to be just what everybody says: rushed, risky, and expensive.
Untimely.
And we're in no rush. There is no need. And to our minds, we number one, we serve our members because we're member-based, and almost 80% of our members said no to incorporation. And that was after going through 2 months of intense education forums we did between the trees. We had 2 different education sessions where we'd have speakers and talk about it. And it was just one of those things where we don't feel like the burden of proof, to use your legal term, was really satisfied. And if you want to do something, this is something I've always been taught when I was a consolidator. You want to do a new product? Great. Prove it to me. And go around and talk to the other managers, talk to community leaders, talk to people, and tell them why we should do that. And that just hasn't been done in this case. And the thing that probably bothers me the most, and really kind of hurts my heart, is not just a Woodlands Chamber guy, but as a Woodlands resident, is that it's become so divisive. We're neighbors. And when the Woodlands decided to transition to the current township governance model, it passed by over 80% because people were informed, they were engaged, and they were all on board for what it should be. And here we've got Facebook fights, and it's just tacky. And if we're going to do things like that, if we're going to do such a major change to incorporation, why don't we engage with each other? Let's all really talk about the pros and the cons, and let's make sure we're all on the same page before we put it on the ballot.
You know, I attended the township board meeting. It's the first one I attended since I had been chairman of the chamber, and the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce was presenting a resolution. Our chairman, Linda Nelson, was presenting saying, look, this is rushed. You're doing it too fast. You just had a financial model you dropped on us the day you voted to have the incorporation election. Take a breath. Let's have a pause. Engage the community, not just engaged in your little periodical, but let's get the business community and the residents all involved, the village associations, and let's do that. And I couldn't believe the dismissive response from the township board members. I sat there. It was insulting to me personally. I never attended a meeting where they said, well, we've been studying the test. It's time to take the test. We don't care. I couldn't believe this. This is all the township board driven. And JJ, I'm so proud of you taking a stand. I'm proud of the chamber. I'm proud of the fact that you presented the resolution, and I've just got to thank you for your leadership.
Well, thank you. I think it's our board, it's people that are in the community that really have a stake in the community, and they have some risk. I mean, there were some real heartfelt discussions about, look, I've got a business here, and it might be a small business, and I'm really concerned that I'm going to have retribution, which, by the way, if you're really afraid you're going to have retribution, then you should probably do it anyway, right?
Yes,
because
that's true.
none of us should live in fear.
No
I
way.
mean, last
No
I heard,
way.
we were in America. We're not somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so if you're concerned about retribution, then I think you've got to look at the culture and the character of the people you're really concerned about that and wonder if we've got the right leaders.
I'm all in there with you. And when I hear that, if someone's saying, well, I'm afraid that something will come back on me or it'll reflect on myself or my business, and I'm saying, you're actually living your life that way, that you're afraid of some township board member who's going to retaliate against you for taking a public position or a stand on an issue? It is.
And it
I know.
happened. We
It's
had
happening.
a township board member call the corporate offices of one of our board members. And
That's
I thought
crazy.
that was amazingly and it was out of character for that person that I knew. I really had more respect for that. That to say, hey, you know, I've called the corporate offices, and they didn't even know this was going on, and you know, what are you doing? Your you know, your organization doesn't even represent the Woodlands. Half of your people don't live in. You know what? They do business in the Woodlands.
Right.
By the way, they're going to get taxed. And by the way, they don't have representation. If they don't live here, they can't vote in the township election, but they're still going to get taxed. Right. So it's going to affect them. And we're the economic driver for Montgomery County, and in a lot of ways the region. And we're so fortunate, and I keep going back, and I say this on purpose, we were voted the #1 city to live in, not once, but twice. #1 city in the entire country, right? #1 city. We're beating cities at their own game. Why do you need to be one? Again, prove to me why. And the fact that we're going to get some, you know, federal funds for, you know, a future pandemic or disaster, that by the way, the county comes to the county anyway, and we do benefit from that. It boggles my mind that we're taking so much time and effort, and it's so divisive. We're really taking away from the time and effort that we should be spending on things about how to make the Woodlands better.
I agree. And, you know, I always say, what problem we're solving? Is there something that everybody's all upset about that we need to come in and fix right now? And, hey, by the way, I'm really upset about this. Nothing. There's no problem we're solving. There's no, what are we fixing? You know, that's
you can't
the
get
biggest
annexed.
question.
The big thing was the Woodlands Parkway extension. That's no longer on the thoroughfare
no,
plan.
no.
And by the way,
They're
we
peddling
voted
that.
on that.
Yeah,
we
it's
voted
out.
on that.
It's
That was
out.
part of the Montgomery County road bond back in 2015. It was defeated. So we had access and control over that through the ballot box. And by the way, that road's not in the city limits. So if you become a city, you can't control what's going on outside your city limits.
And I see that being peddled by the township board as a fear factor anyways, too. These fear factors, and then I want to stand in line for my federal money and do this. It's just crazy. I mean, this is not a significant community problem that anyone's approached me or that I know about.
It's a false narrative.
And the county's still supportive of us. You know, Rand Henderson, our sheriff, who we directly elect, by the way, is supportive of maintaining his role as our law enforcement agency in the Woodlands. Constable Ryan Gable also, again, and those are two individuals. We were told by both Ryan and Rand that no, they weren't consulted.
I know.
They weren't brought in to say, "Hey, we're thinking about becoming a city. What do you think?"
It's
it's
that's what
amazing
our
to me.
community policing program that I'm proud to have participated in preparing with Tommy Gage is the most, that makes us the most safest community in the nation, and a true community model built upon arrangements with the sheriff, with the constable, with our neighborhood watch, all of the combined public safety services, Alpha Omega, they're all together, and that makes us a very safe community. And why would you break that up? Why would you destroy something that is so, right now, it's not broken.
What are we trying to fix?
It's not broken.
Jay, what do you need from our residents and businesses? How can we make sure we defeat incorporation?
Well, Jeremy, thank you for asking. And the thing that is the most important is voting starts on Monday, October 18th. Find out about the issue. If you don't know about it and you have a question about it, you want to talk about it, call me. Call me at the office. We'll talk about it. I don't care. When you want to call, we'll figure it out. But know about the issue and then go and vote. Because typically, very few people vote in an off-year election, which, 10%. By the way, was, again, by design. Because we were told this would be put in a gubernatorial or presidential year, and it's not. It's in an off year. And so get informed and go vote. And if you want to work the polls in favor of not supporting incorporation, let us know. We'll put you in a time slot so you can come out. And because, again, we've all been there. We've all gone to go vote, and some people don't go vote because as soon as they step out of their car, they're getting harassed and harangued by a group of people that want you to vote a certain way, and they're pushing a placard in front of you. You know what? I told them before, like, I'm here to vote, not to talk to you. I'm here to go in and cast my ballot, and I know who I'm voting for. I don't need somebody giving me a card to go in and figure out how I'm going to vote.
And if you go to the community center, you can park right in front where you go in to vote for 20 minutes and not have to run through all the poll workers.
That's good. JJ, I want to thank you for being on the Legal Fix.
Thank you.
I want to thank JJ, President and CEO of the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce, for being on the show. We could do a whole show.
It would be hard.
We could roll all day long. Great. So we know you have a time commitment. We appreciate you coming in and being in the studio. And
thank you.
Remember, everybody, get out to vote. Vote
tell
no
your friends,
against Proposition
tell your
1 and Proposition 2. Vote no on those two. Yes. All
Thank
right. Thank you, JJ.
I'm Bruce Tuff, principal of the Tuff Law Firm. We are a full-service law firm serving the greater Woodlands area and the greater Houston area. Contact us at 281